these will be silences, so we cut out. So we're here. We're back.
We are. RJ, what are you laughing about?
Yeah, they all got cut
Nothing
out.
happened. We
Dumbass.
just started recording.
Oh no, what a terrible intro.
What are you talking about?
Just RJ laughing. That's the intro.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah,
How dare RJ laugh when nothing is funny?
the context is I was going like this at the beginning, but not saying anything. But I got cut out.
Yeah, the context is we
No.
started and no one said
Well, now we have to
anything.
start over because this isn't funny because we explained the joke.
No, it's funny. Explaining the joke is the funniest thing you can do. Okay, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to
They
crack
did
my neck.
studies too. They did studies on it, and they found that if you explain the joke every time,
that's our problem. We never explain our jokes. Every time anyone says
Yeah.
a joke, explain it. So, and then it'll be
Yeah.
funny. So we're switching up
Speaking of last
the
episode.
the format. What are we doing? Who wants to explain it? Ooh, explain it.
We promised a follow-up to our nutrition episode, and we're doing
well,
a
explaining
fitness.
jokes is good, but explaining formats is bad. That's the thing.
Yeah. Well, that's not the change. That was already set in motion. But we decided to switch from 3 segments an episode to 2 segments. So we're cutting out Inane Brains, which had the worst name. And basically
that was your name.
No.
Yes.
My name was Quiz Room. And I got vetoed out by a couple of fucking
came up
nerds.
with Inane Brains, which is what we ended up on.
I thought RJ came up with Inane
That's
Brains.
No.
Well, I didn't come up with any of them. It was either RJ or ChatGPT. So
Throwing ChatGPT under the bus.
take that, OpenAI.
ChatGPT has the worst ideas.
Yeah.
Putting ChatGPT up on the cross, dying for George's sins.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why we use all of its ideas to make our episodes.
Yeah.
And on the third day on Easter, ChatGPT will rise again, and that's when the AI will take over.
Yeah, the singularity.
Everything we say in these episodes is scripted by an AI.
Yeah, which why it's so bad.
Not yet. You'll know. You'll know when it is because it'll be fun.
Yeah. So basically, we're going down to just Reddit Radar and Free for All, and if we want to do a quiz segment, it'll just be in that week for Free for All, since that's basically just a miscellaneous segment anyway.
Yep.
So yeah,
we're trying this. If you don't like it, too bad.
No one does.
Maybe we'll change it next week. You don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know. How can you know if we don't know?
Yeah. We just going with the flow.
We're not doing any. Next week, we're not doing any segments because we're not uploading.
Yeah. Haha, idiots.
We might be planning the design changes.
Yeah.
Next week.
It's basically like it's kind of like the Constitution, this podcast. It's a living document. This is a living podcast, constantly changing and evolving, but never growing.
It's quoted about the same rate as the Constitution is as well.
Yeah, at least by me.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
And by Supreme Court justices.
Yeah. So, as Ryobi alluded to, we're doing fitness this week as a continuation. We were originally going to do nutrition and fitness, but last week's episode we didn't end up talking that much about fitness, so we just figured let's make it a 2-parter. So here we are, back for more.
Because we're clearly, if you can look at us, we're obviously the go-to for nutrition.
Look at this.
Yeah.
You know what this is? This is me in pain because my arms are sore because I exercise.
Yeah.
That's how you know. That's the real mark.
Yeah, so
of a gym goer. Pain.
So if you want to get bodies like this, keep listening, all right?
Yeah.
It could also be
okay, let's turn it off.
Could also be a cautionary tale.
Yeah. Do as we say, not as we do.
Yeah, you might end up like us if you leave without this valuable information.
Yeah. Alrighty. So let's go get right into Reddit Radar. We just have some fitness Reddit posts. We're going to talk about them. So that's that. Ryobi?
Did we ever decide the order? Okay.
No, we didn't.
Guess I'm going first.
Threw you under the bus.
All right. So r/fitness is a huge community. It's got like 12 million subscribers, followers? I forget how Reddit does it.
Followers?
Who cares?
But anyway, I thought we talked
about
some
They're members. I just looked.
Members. Yes. Anyway, they have a huge FAQ that has like a crap ton of questions in it because they get a lot of repeats. And then they just want to cut down on like the volume of just garbage posts that everybody has already answered. So a lot of these are like very basic questions, or they're like kind of opinionated and don't really have a true answer. But I thought we'd kind of discuss them anyway, so we can at least spread knowledge that if you're brand new to fitness, you might not have come across yourself, but I think they're valuable.
Yeah.
So one of these, which George is I actually ran these by George, and George got a pretty good score. So we're gonna test RJ a little bit here with his vast fitness knowledge.
Yeah.
So RJ,
Pop quiz.
What is more
bitch.
important for weight? Yeah, pop quiz. What is more important for weight loss, calories or macronutrients? First off, do you know what I mean when I say macronutrients?
I don't even know what macronutrients are.
You don't know what
so
macronutrients are?
calories.
Great question.
That's crazy. Wow.
What
I
are
consume
macronutrients.
There are 3 macronutrients: fats, proteins, and carbohydrates. And then
So
micronutrients are like when people talk about like vitamin A, B, C, zinc, magnesium, iron. Yeah.
So when you're trying to make a diet, you typically base it around certain proportions of those macronutrients.
Yeah.
As well as like total calorie intake. But as far as weight loss goes,
Calories.
what do you think matters more?
I would guess calories.
Yeah.
You would be correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have.
Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say this post in particular has 14 different like citations from like scientific studies on all supporting this being the case that calories are infinitely more important.
Flatly.
Yeah. And it's just it's really just it's just basic conservation of energy. Like you can't if you're operating at an energy deficit, you will lose
weight. Yeah, because you have to burn the stored fat. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you burn more than you consume, it has to come from somewhere. So it comes from your body.
Yeah. I had something to say about that, but just keep going. I'll come back to it.
Okay. That one was pretty cut and dry. That was like one that's just black and white.
Yeah.
One of the ones that's kind of like a meme among gym goers is cardio kills gains, and people are sometimes afraid to incorporate cardio into their workouts because they've heard it impairs muscle gains. What do you think about that, RJ? Do you think that's true or not?
So I think that I'm going to be honest. I did see a little bit of George's answers, so I know that it's technically true.
Yeah, I think. Well,
but
it's kind of debated.
Not avoid doing cardio.
I think it's like true asterisks where it's like the difference is like so minute that you need a study to be like, yeah, there is technically like a 2% difference, but it's like the answer is technically yes, but effectively no. In practice, no, is what I have heard, at least like via like YouTube shorts and things like that.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, it's basically no. It does not like reduce your muscle mass.
Yeah,
it can. It has the potential to impact your leg strength negatively if you're trying to run too much and then do like a leg workout on top of that.
Yeah,
it's just like over indexing on that, and it's just
like I think that's the conclusion of the study that I was. But the person that I watched a short of was referencing is that like the cardio itself doesn't affect the muscle gain. It's just that if you do a lot of cardio before lifting, then you don't have as much energy to lift, and then especially in your legs.
That
makes
sense.
Yeah.
Or you could just look at it from a time
also time. Yeah.
Is that like if I have 5 hours to work out, I'm obviously going to be not bulking as much as I would like if I spent all 5 of those hours bulking instead of like
mixing
any time taken away.
Yeah. It's a lot of the time is as far as like diet goes, if you have a workout like planned and then you're doing cardio on top of that and not instead of some of your workout like you were saying, that's kind of when you run into the issue of, oh, I'm losing gains, but it's no, you're burning more than you were planning to eat.
Yeah.
So if you plan to run on top of your workout, you have to eat more to compensate.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say, George?
I remember I was listening to these like body composition, nutrition, fitness lectures on Audible. Can't remember who the professor was.
We listened to totally different books.
Yeah, I know. But he was talking about most studies show that like from a pure body composition perspective, you want both resistance training and cardio. And body composition meaning just like your percentage muscle and your percentage body fat. Like it's ideal to have both, or whatever that means.
I mean, that just makes sense logically. Like you don't want to be weak, but you also don't want to get tired quickly.
Yeah, imagine being like built like a fucking triangle with your like tiny waist and giant shoulders, and then you like can't jog down the street without getting winded. Yeah, you can lift anything, and then you get like, oh no, the taxi's getting away, or like the bus, I can't make it to the bus that's pulling away because I'm so slow. Like, just don't embarrass yourself like that.
Yeah,
run a little. just a little.
Yeah, I don't run for cardio. I do like videos where they're like, I don't know, doing like squats and jumps and knee chops and shit like that. I don't like running.
When you said I do videos, it's like I watch videos of people run.
Yeah, that's what I do. I'm just like, wow, I get the gist.
Start sweating watching other people exercise.
I'm like drenched in sweat.
I shit you not. I get a little
dance workouts.
Hey, I did some of those with my mom growing up. They were pretty fun. Not gonna lie.
They sound. I mean, it is a workout. Like,
yeah, you're working.
Dancing's hard.
Yeah.
Like the fucking. Have you seen any like the Zumba? They go hard in Zumba.
Oh yeah, yeah, they go hard.
That's more of that. It's not so much 80s. It's more like it's like the modern version of that.
Yeah.
I have not seen or interacted with any kind of working out.
He could not lift
exactly the man we want to have on this episode.
Yeah. Well,
I should have made one of the questions. RJ, what is Zumba?
Yeah.
It's not a robot vacuum. Yeah. Okay. Let's get a couple more going here.
Class.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
What are we doing here? Okay. All right. This one is more of a discussion. But it's also a question that gets asked all the time. So it's in the FAQ. I feel self-conscious about going to the gym. What do I do? RJ, what would you do?
I
know what George would do. You said it already.
Wear headphones. That's wear headphones and I don't know, potentially like blinders or something.
Like a horse?
Yeah. Out of sight, out of mind.
Oh my god.
If that is more feasible. I think I would be more comfortable if I had someone to go with or like a personal trainer.
Okay.
That would also make me
Those are both legit. I like really dark sunglasses and headphones, but those two are actually pretty good.
Those are ways to kind of disassociate from everybody around you.
Yeah. I mean, I guess on the second aspect of that, RJ, that's like what you would do. Would you feel self-conscious if you went to a gym? Or would you like kind of feel okay? What is it?
This would be RJ.
Is How I Met Your Mother?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's such a tangent. He doesn't want to get the Super Bowl spoiled for him, and they all couldn't watch the Super Bowl on Super Bowl weekend, so they had to make it like a full day of work without seeing the score or the result or anything. But he had to pick up like the wings and sauce from the bar, and so he wears that so he doesn't see any of the TVs or anything in the sports bar. But yeah, that'd be RJ in the gym.
Does he have headphones in that too to avoid hearing it?
He's wearing like ear muffs.
Okay, ear muffs. All right.
Yeah,
that's fun.
Yeah,
nice.
Sorry, tangent.
George, why don't you share why want you to share your answer, because this is another opportunity.
It kind of bleeds into like a hot take I have, I guess. I think the vast majority of people, especially, it can depend on how much space you have in your home, so I don't want to be like insensitive to that, but I think there's a huge chunk of people that don't need to go to the gym at all, and like because I think a lot of those, like, especially if you're not like if your goal isn't to get like really big, you know what I mean? Like you can be fairly cut and have usable muscle with just calisthenics and dumbbells, in my opinion. And then like I like work out with like YouTube videos and dumbbells and calisthenics.
Dude, what if you're self-conscious about shopping for?
Well, you could just buy it online.
Exercise equipment.
You could just you could just order them on Amazon.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's what I would do. I just took them for my mom and dad because they weren't using them. I stole their dumbbells. Yeah.
Waste not, want not.
Yeah.
So yeah, working out at home and avoiding the situation entirely, that's a valid solution.
Yeah.
But
What's your
I will
answer?
say that, like, I mean, as somebody who does go to the gym,
Boo.
Boo. No one. Everyone is focused. This is kind of the answer that they had too. I mean, those are both like legit options. If like you're feeling overwhelmed, one, try to work out at home. Get it. You have to put in some capital, not a lot, to get basic equipment.
Yeah.
But and then like RJ said, you could also go the route of getting somebody to go with you, especially starting out. Having an exercise buddy to just make sure you actually go, because you're not gonna. You will get no gains if you don't actually if you never show up,
I need
even
that
if you
so
buy the
bad.
membership. Or personal trainers are a bit pricey, and I think they're good, but they're good for starting out. Just they can kind of show you what to do, give you a routine.
I think there's a new app now, and obviously not sponsored, but I think it's kind of like BetterHelp, but for personal trainers, where it's like they come out with like a routine for you to do, and like you tell them your fitness goals, and they come up with a routine for you and give you, and then they'll meet with you if you say like you're having trouble with certain things or whatever. So that could be an option for people. I don't know.
Oh, that's interesting. Like if you're geographically
Yeah.
located near each other. Okay.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard of that.
Yeah, I forgot what it's called.
that could be an option for a personal trainer on a discount.
Yeah.
But if you just go to a gym and like look around, everybody's focused on doing their own thing. Nobody is like unless you're a creep and you're just like trying to stare at people when they're on machines.
Yeah.
But like that's so not the vibe at a lot. I won't say everywhere and every person, but most people, they just want to show up, do their work, and leave.
Yeah, it's kind of like
just like it's their zen time to kind of just zone out, put some headphones in, play their own music, listen to podcasts, audiobooks, what have you.
Yeah,
everybody's really chill.
it's kind of like
if you
how
actually
everyone's like no one's thinking about you even 5 or 10% as much as you're thinking about you, and that goes for everyone because everyone's living life through their own point of view. So like when you're like, oh, people are gonna notice me do this or that or the other thing. I mean, it goes for everything, not just the gym, but it's like no one cares about you that much. It's like it's just like, and it sounds mean, but like
it's a bit depressing, but it's also liberating at the same time.
Yeah, because it's like no one really gives a shit about you in a bad way or not in a neutral way, not a bad way or a good way. It's just like it's just kind of the way of the world.
Like if you walk up to like the bench press and you put like 20 pounds on the bar, and then you're basically just like doing like bench presses with like the tiniest amount of weight you can put on the bar.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Yeah, no one's gonna notice.
That's all you can. They'll look at you. They'll note it. Maybe they might not. Nobody cares. Nobody's gonna say anything to you. Nobody's judging you.
Probably they won't even notice.
Doing it silently.
They probably won't even notice. They'll be you're thinking that they're thinking, oh, everyone's gonna see how weak I am and they're gonna be judging me. But they're thinking in their head like, oh, I just did 10 reps. Now I got to do 2. Like they're thinking about their workout and what they're doing right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They're like, what am I going to make for dinner tonight?
Yeah.
Or like, man, I fucking hate this song. Let me change this.
Yeah.
And like mess with their phone. Or they're going to be like, if anything, they'll be like,
oh, that person's new. Like,
they're just like, oh yeah, I haven't seen them around. Or maybe they're just like, I wonder how many sets they have left because I want to use the bench press. That's the most interaction you're going to have with people most of the time. It's like, hey, are you done with that? Are you going to be done soon? Or can I work in with you swap like in between sets? It's really a chill vibe for the most part.
Yeah.
I will say, in my experience, I can't speak for everyone and everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to go to the gym with my brother, and we never had a single interaction with anyone else in the gym ever. So, I mean, we did go at like night, but still.
You're also on the workout buddy train.
In fairness, each of you two are also reasonably fit.
I'm reasonably fit because I put in the work. I mean, I have to. Otherwise, I would probably have died by now through poor decisions of my own.
Yeah. And fitness is relative. Like, Ryobi would destroy me in a foot race, but I can probably bench more than he can.
He'd probably bench me.
Yeah. But, okay. So,
I'm thinking of the one time I went to a gym and I struggled to just lift the bar. No weights on it.
The bar is 45 pounds. That's not nothing, dude.
Yeah, I mean, that is 45 pounds. I mean, he just said that. 45 pounds is 45 pounds, so. Alrighty. A lot of
that is true.
Yeah. A lot of fitness I don't want to start with that one. You can't. You can out-train a bad diet on unpopular opinion. Thoughts?
I mean, I think I said this, or from
It's
my
how
perspective,
bad of a diet? How bad of a diet? I think
A bad
picture
diet.
the worst.
if the
Picture
diet's bad enough, then yeah, it's 100% true.
Wait, it's 100. What's 100% true?
that
If
you
the
can't.
diet, if the diet's bad enough,
Yeah, sorry,
I
I
think
should have said this is from unpopular
train your
opinion.
way into health.
Yeah,
So-
the post is saying you can. You
Yeah.
can out-train a bad diet.
The sort of popular opinion is that you can't. That's kind of the saying. is
Yeah.
that- yeah. So yeah, I completely disagree with this post.
You can out train a pretty bad diet. George is living proof of
Well,
out
yeah,
training.
it depends what you mean by bad diet. I think you can. I mean, you
It's a
can
skill.
not even just out train. You can have a bad diet and still lose weight, even but doing no training. Because, like we were discussing earlier, it's literally just calories in and calories out. So if
Yeah.
I'm having
A large fry and
like
nothing else,
say,
you'll lose weight.
yeah. I mean, that's only like
Just like
380
one
calories or
candy
something
bar
like that.
every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even if you had like 4 or 5 McDoubles and you're like 200 pounds, you'll probably lose weight on that, even with zero training at all, because that's only like roughly 2,000 calories a day, and most people at 200 pounds will lose weight on that calorie amount. But it's
Does
like
my man just know the calorie,
I-
the caloric
I think a
the
McDouble is
caloric value of a McDouble
I
off the top of your head?
I think
Let's
a
give him the
McDouble
benefit of the doubt that he knew from his research, the nutrition episode.
I
and leave
think
it
it's
at
like 400. Yeah, 390.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't think we need to call him out like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I do know it. Well,
I think we
sometimes
already done.
I think on my cheat days, sometimes I have McDoubles, but I still want to know that I'm within a reasonable calorie area. So yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
RJ, we already done it this last time. We can't do this. We can't keep doing this.
Yeah, but
But it's funny.
but the point is there's a certain point where it's like if you're having, a gallon of ice cream a day and you're at like 5,000-6,000 calories, it doesn't matter if you're working out for like 4 hours, you're not gonna burn enough calories, because like an hour
Yeah.
of pretty intense exercise is like 500 calories roughly. So
There's also something to be said of just lacking nutrients. Like
yeah.
if your diet's so bad that you're massively lacking nutrients, you could outwork
Hospitalize yourself before
you
you
could out,
before it comes to that. Yeah.
you could outwork your caloric deficit,
Yeah.
right? And
still be
end up
unhealthy.
in the hospital
Yeah.
because you don't have the right nutrients in your body.
Yeah.
Yeah. So while this is technically true in a couple niche cases, broadly speaking, it's
Untrue.
not feasible. It's just not feasible.
Yeah.
Like,
Don't
yes,
try
it's
it.
feasible. Yeah, it's feasible to run a marathon with like a ball and chain attached to your ankle, but like if it's the weight is bigger than you can move, like physically move, you'll never finish that race.
Yeah.
That's just
Also, junk food not that good.
No.
Healthy food not
not that bad.
not too bad.
Let's leave it not that bad.
Just
No,
eat a
healthy
little bit better. It's pretty easy.
healthy food is great, but junk food is fucking amazing. But it's like, I mean, it's scientifically they make it that way. I mean,
yeah, it's
like
addictive.
they purposely make it addictive.
All the drugs they put in it, all the cocaine.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
if you eat a bunch of like fruit and vegetables, in their natural whole food state, then they're fibrous and full of water, so you get full. But if you eat like a potato chip or like, a Takis, then it's not very filling, and it has, chemicals that literally make you crave more of it. So
Wait, Takis are potatoes?
sorry, I said or I said a potato chip or like Takis. Takis
No,
are
I don't know what.
no, they're
Takis are.
corn. They're corn tortillas.
Okay.
They're like rolled and then they're, shoved with a bunch of chemicals. But anyway, okay, I'm gonna rapid fire a couple. What time of the day do you prefer to exercise and why?
Prefer to exercise or do exercise? Because those are different.
I guess
answers.
both.
When I feel like I've mentioned this before, but I briefly worked a job where I could exercise on site at noon, and it felt great.
You could? What? How?
There's a gym on site.
Damn.
You just go during
But-
your lunch break. So honestly, if you're committed, you could go for a run.
How long of a
Depending on where
lunch
you
break
work.
did you have?
Yeah,
Hour.
I used to go on
Nice.
like power walks at my old job.
I mean, it really just as long as you put in your hours, just like if you go over, stay a little later.
I have a half-hour lunch break. That's just about enough time to eat lunch.
I mean, yeah, we were interns, so it also didn't really
Oh
affect us.
yeah.
I mean, at a desk job, a lot of
nobody-
people just eat lunch whenever they feel like it. You know,
Yeah,
it's
nobody
like,
was cracking the whip on us.
yeah.
Yeah, the closest thing I get to working out is I have a job where I move around all day.
Yeah, I mean that's good. You know,
That's something. It's better than
I can work out whenever. If a lot of the times if April's home all day or whatever, or I'm busy all day, I do end up working out at like 11 or midnight or even 1 a.m. But I don't really prefer any time of day. Like as long as I get my workout in, I don't really care. I'll work out at besides super early in the morning. I can't work out at like any time between like 6 and 9 a.m. I just can't. Because when I first get out of bed, I'm just like groggy. I'm not there. I'm not ready. I can't be a morning workout guy, personally.
Or a morning person in general.
Yeah, I'm just a night owl. That's just me. Okay.
Yeah, like I would I end up working out, not as extreme as George, but evenings, like as late as like 9 to 10 p.m. sometimes. But that's more the fact that when I can work out is immediately after I eat, which is probably the same for the case for most people. But like I can't go to the gym hungry, so I have to eat beforehand, and then I have to wait, and then I can go. So it's
I
just
don't really get like
last resort time.
my hunger is so weird. Like I can literally go 24
Yes, it is.
hours without eating. I just don't get like
George is immune to so much bullshit.
yeah, I just don't get hunger. Like why are people hungry? Just don't eat, dumbasses.
I remember like one of the first times I got drunk and I was really hungover, and George was like, "Oh, you know what really helps me? A fucking greasy ass fast food burger. That makes me feel better."
It's a hangover killer.
I took like one bite of a McDouble and nearly threw up.
Yeah, and then I finished it. It was all part of my plan.
I'm like, we're really painting George in a negative light, and then he's like, "Oh yeah," and then I finished that burger. I'm like, "Come on, dude.
I wasn't gonna let it go to waste. It was delicious."
I'm trying to help you out here. You're not helping your case.
All right, we'll have to.
Yeah, I think George is immune to the ill effects of McDonald's.
Yeah.
He's built a
There
tolerance.
are no ill effects. This is a propaganda scam by Big Salad. Alrighty, next segment. We'll have to save we'll have to save the 13-year-old creatine or not creatine, caffeine boy for next time. And we're just gonna have an open discussion. So we all brought talking points. This was a homework assignment. Who wants to go first, class?
I need to find my list.
Okay, I have my list open.
I'm scrolling up. Don't worry.
Just vaguely related.
Wait, no, actually,
personal.
I want to do mine.
Oh yeah, we did say he'd go first, didn't we? I think.
Who, me or RJ?
No, you. I thought we said one of yours would be first.
Yours was a serious one that I think we should definitely talk about.
Okay.
But
oh yeah, we did say I'd go first actually. But no, start with yours. Start with yours.
Could I bring because?
Oh, we didn't do any of your questions?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. One?
I just have a vaguely related story.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Mild concern, but okay.
Which is that at work there's a guy who I used to work with who was enormous, super fucking jacked.
Yeah.
He apparently set weightlifting records in Ohio.
Okay, cool. This guy's legit.
And he's talking to me about like working out and stuff. And I was like, yeah, maybe I'll like go to a gym and have like this guy like kind of like maybe like
show you the ropes.
Show me the ropes, kind of a thing.
And
he I noticed one day that he hadn't been into work for a while. And it's like, oh, what happened to that guy? Oh, yeah, they found out he was doing meth, so they fired him.
Seems like really antithetical to being jacked. I don't know. Like when I picture someone
actually,
sorry, go ahead.
It sounds like that was his hack, his secret.
But when I picture someone on meth, they're like all strung out and like they're all ribs and.
Well, it's a stimulant, so it makes sense. I think it was meth. It was like.
I guess that makes sense.
Something like that. He was also a self-proclaimed Bible thumper who lived with his dad, who he had to like take care of.
Oh, well, that's nice for him to take care of his dad, I guess.
Yeah. So like I'm like it just kind of like I was like, what? That guy? The guy who like is?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, it doesn't.
Like,
It didn't
really,
sound like the
yeah.
guy.
That guy.
You
The guy
wouldn't
who?
have guessed that he would have been fired for drug use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Ryobi, what's yours?
Well, I was just gonna say that's one excuse to not have a gym buddy is, oh man, the guy I was gonna go, he was
He
doing
got
meth.
math.
He got fired.
Yeah.
He did math.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So it's not like you could still try to get him to teach you
Yeah.
just because he's not working there anymore.
Hmm.
Doesn't mean he can't be your personal trainer.
I did not keep contact with.
Sorry, I was laughing at the start for no good reason. But when you're just like, I used to work with somebody who's like super jacked. I thought that was just going to be the end of the story. That was it.
I was remembering when we both used to work at McDonald's, and I was just picturing it was Grimace.
The mascot. Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
He was jacked and purple.
Yeah.
What
He
is
was also-
Grimace?
He's thick. That's
he
what he
furry?
is.
Purple.
Is he
He's
furry?
purple.
He's purple and thick.
Is he like Cookie Monster but purple?
I guess. I don't know what he is.
Okay, I don't know what he's supposed to be.
Yeah.
I guess it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
I don't really want to waste brain power on the McDonald's mascots.
Yeah. Except for the Hamburglar.
Why? Because he's hot?
That guy fucks.
Okay.
That guy fucks.
Yeah, he fucks.
He fucks hamburgers.
Yeah.
All right.
Why do you think
What
he's
is the-
burgling them?
It's for a purpose.
Yeah.
Something that's a bit more personal is what is the
Yeah,
best?
you can have your hamburgers back.
RJ, can you say your joke like before I start reading the question
No.
next time?
Oh.
Great.
I'm
Okay.
done with them now.
All right. Thank you. What is the best shape you've ever been in?
It's the McDonald's special sauce. I don't know what. That's a hard question. It was. I know when. How do you answer
when?
what? It was just before I started dating April.
Oh, so it's all April's fault? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Live on TV?
Yeah.
No,
She doesn't watch this.
George got a girlfriend and immediately let himself go.
Yeah.
Oh, I see how it is. You
It's-
catfished.
Yeah.
The old bait and switch.
Yeah. It speaks to my
Probably-
motivations more than anything.
It was probably a few years ago before my body started hurting just
Mm,
all the time.
like
Okay.
House.
What?
Like House MD. His legs always
Is
hurt
that
him.
his vibe? Is that where you? Okay, I've never seen House. I don't know. What
Yeah,
he's about.
His whole thing is that he's in pain all the time because of his leg. So that's why
Oh.
he's a bastard, basically.
Oh,
Why hasn't he
cool.
cut his leg off?
Uh,
Isn't he a doctor? I thought he was smart.
yeah, what a dumbass.
Never
Hey.
seen the show.
Oh, it's a great show. 10 out of 10.
Hey
Okay.
doctor, my leg hurts. My prescription is cut it off. Saw, here we go.
Are you currently in your best shape, Ryobi?
Kind of. I had my reaction to that was kind of what yours was. Is like I'm not sure what it would be.
Mm,
Like it was probably I'm probably close to it muscular wise.
mm.
Like resistance training wise, like weightlifting wise. It was probably that now or when I was in college, just because you have a crap ton of free time. And I
Yeah.
was actually like walking. I was walking more. I'm not sitting at a desk. I was like walking to classes and stuff.
Yeah.
It as far as like cardio, probably in high school when I was like doing track and cross country. Like I can't touch those times now.
Yeah.
Probably.
Granted, I haven't tried, but like every time I try to like train like hard cardio now, I either get sick or hurt myself.
Yeah.
So I've been encouraged to not do those things
yeah.
as much.
Yeah, I'm
So
like post pandemic, I'm getting closest like to my recent peak. But yeah,
mhm.
pre-pandemic I was like probably 20 to 30, maybe even 40 pounds lighter, but like didn't have much less muscle. So I was probably like,
Mhm.
like I don't know, like 15-ish% body fat. Whereas like if I had to guess now, I'm like still like 20, mid 20s somewhere. Maybe low 20s now.
Mhm. Yeah, it's hard to judge like best shape, especially if you're going for like just because there's like feel and then there's like numbers you can lift or like times you can hit.
Yeah.
And then there's like aesthetics. And it's aesthetics I think is kind of hard to judge. And it's more just like that's subjective.
Yeah.
Like it's like when you think you look the best, when your partner you thinks you look the best, it's hard
Yeah.
to judge.
I think I look the best probably now. I think guys peak when they're 30
Mm.
visually.
In
Guys
Riz,
peak
yes.
about 30. But in actual fitness, just by being virtue of just by virtue of being 18. It was probably when I was 18.
Mm.
And
Before everything started hurting.
yeah.
It's like you don't necessarily like work like training to like run more, but like you could run further before everything starts hurting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Just had
That's
more
fair.
energy. I was just
Yeah. No, that's a good point. Yeah. Before my wrists started hurting, before my everything started hurting.
Yeah.
probably and then if we're talking about parity with like other other people my age, other like guys my age, probably like maybe like a year old, maybe less is
Oh, of
probably
when you look
when
the
I was
best
like,
compared to people in your demographic.
yeah, people in my immediate demographic.
I think I was a very cute kid, like 2 to 3 when I had like actual blonde hair still
Yeah.
and not like darker hair.
Yeah, if we're talking about like fitness, like competing with other peers, it was definitely when I was like 12, 13. And then I like, because I was doing soccer. And then
Won the middle school soccer tournament.
yeah. But then
The hero. Yeah.
I stopped. Like, I could never be bothered to practice. And then, so the people who did bother to practice continually were on a better trend than I was. And so,
How dare they put in effort?
yeah,
Cheaters.
it's such
Yeah.
bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a really picky kid when I was younger. I did not eat a lot, especially after
Mm.
I was put on Adderall at a pretty young age.
Well,
Mm,
that's
Um,
an appetite
yeah,
yeah.
it's an
suppressant or
appetite
something.
suppressant. Yep.
Yeah. That'll do
Hey,
it.
my
Um,
name is some Adderall
so 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 I was I
for
my
multiple reasons.
entire life my entire life I've been the weakest guy I know.
Mm,
You're not a small dude. Maybe you just don't know any small people.
Yeah. Maybe there's a very small guy. There was a very small guy that I barely knew. I might have been stronger than him.
mm.
Um,
Not to dunk on like the Midwest as a region, but like you can't find anybody
well,
who's just like, I don't know,
but no, like I didn't really start like
110 pounds,
Yeah. No, they
I
don't
I
exist.
mythical creature.
Yeah.
the thing I was underweight until probably like at least until my teens.
Mhm.
Mm.
Um,
Same.
and like I just was consuming enough to take advantage of that like testosterone boost when you're hitting puberty.
Yeah.
I'm not actually I didn't
So
actually I'm not sure if that's like I mean, I don't know to what degree it's possible to feel like you wasted that period of time when you're in puberty and like, oh, I could have gotten really muscular really quickly if I exercised more during that time, as if it's like something that you is lost to you.
yeah,
Like maybe you would have
I've heard
gained
about
muscle
like
faster,
I've heard about like
but I don't think
muscle
it's
I've heard about like muscle not muscle memory is in like the colloquial like common usage, but like muscle memory in literally like if you train when you're very young, your muscles like have an inherent like they save the blueprint kind of a thing.
they
If
grow easier
yeah,
I've heard
yeah.
that.
when you train later.
Yeah,
I've
I've
heard
heard
I've
that. I
heard
don't
that
know.
I've heard that if you work out a lot, um, like even if you let your um let your routine slip and you let like atrophy happen, um, you will gain muscle back much faster than
Yeah, yeah. I think it's
And
kind of the
somebody
same
who's never
thing.
who
done
has
it?
to
Yeah.
Okay.
someone who's never like someone who's never hit those highs
Yeah.
would would reach.
Seems like a topic that is really interesting to explore, but I didn't read about it in any of the things I saved, but we might have to we might have to come back to that one.
Yeah.
All right, after reading about it a little more, I'd be interested about that.
Um,
Um, I
um
got someone else you want to do one.
oh yeah, I'll squeeze one in
You want to do
here.
your serious one?
Um, yeah, let's do the serious one.
Thought provoking.
I've just sort of been like consuming more fitness content recently, and I got into a Reddit debate, so you know I'm pretty cool.
You got in an argument with somebody?
No, it's just like I was part of a larger debate.
You responded
Yeah, I
to
was.
internet comments?
Yeah,
Hmm.
and there's
No, I
like
just hunted the guy down.
yeah, and then I murdered him. No.
Yeah,
Then
I didn't actually post it.
there's this I don't want to say narrative because it is true from what I've read. So basically, um, you know, when it comes to late weight loss, your calories in is 100% food, right? Or like I don't there might be some calories you absorb through your skin or something like 99% food. Um and drink
And the
is
blood of your enemies.
yeah, is
99.9
yeah,
probably.
is calories
I
in. And then calories out, only about, from what I read, 10 to 30% is attributed to exercise, whereas the other 70% you have little to no control over. It's just your metabolic rate. So it is, a lot of people will talk about how exercise isn't really that important for weight loss. The only thing that the important lever that you should be focusing on is food. But I think they sort of overstep that, where some people get to thinking like, oh, well, to lose weight, I don't need exercise. Therefore, I don't need exercise. But
Ever.
like, yeah, I
Yeah,
just don't
okay.
need to exercise. But like, like there are so many other health benefits to exercise besides just controlling your weight.
Weight loss, yeah.
And body composition is one of them. But also like, you sleep, your mood, your energy levels, your cardiovascular health, and things like that. They're all affected by exercise. And then also just having a sedentary lifestyle. I have to double check that this is true. But I've read that it's more negatively impactful on longevity than smoking is. So yeah, I think, yeah, that was just something I was thinking about.
Yeah, I'm living proof. You still need to work out.
Yeah.
You're not going to be healthy if you just don't work out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I was to the last point George made. Europe is a living example of that.
Yeah.
If you're walking everywhere all the time, and you're still smoking like cigarettes with meals or whatever, yep,
Yeah.
you'll still outlast somebody who literally never gets up from the couch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's more of a killer. So
Okay.
yeah. Get your steps, people.
Not saying you should smoke, but
Yeah. Get your steps and get that heart rate up.
So anyway, public transport is a health issue.
Yeah. No,
yes, it is.
unironically it is.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Like more, like better planned city with better urban zoning is like, it actively improves
There's
health.
health benefits.
Yeah.
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 Not to get too
while
political.
Yeah. You may be able to, depending on where you live, you might have to go this is the case for a lot of Americans, I think, specifically. You have to go out of your way to exercise. You have to make it a thing. You have to set
Yeah.
aside time for it. It just doesn't physical activity doesn't just happen throughout your
That's
day.
something that's something that kind of struck me. It's like all these people are going to like the gym and everything. It's kind of crazy. The gym seems like a very new thing, right?
Mm.
Like, I
Yeah.
mean, I get like
Well,
they've been
relatively
around.
new.
They've been around for a while, but it's not like, you know, like I think only in the past like 20 or so years has it become something that like a really large portion of the population goes to.
Mm.
More casual gym goers, you're saying,
Yeah, like
as opposed to like active athletes or whatever, people competing in races or amateur sports or something like that, or
basically,
bodybuilders.
ba- basically, basically, ever since since we decided to ruin our cities
Yeah.
and build everything around the car, everyone has had to like, and combine that with the fact with the American economy moving more and more to
Yeah, it's also
like
just a post.
management and like office work and stuff like that.
Well, even before that, it's like factory work. I think probably on average is a less exercise total than agricultural work. And like
Yeah.
pre-industrial revolution, almost everyone was doing agricultural work, or at least,
Mhm.
a large swath of
Yeah,
society.
and y'all and kind of what George mentioned like last time, you just had access to less food too.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
now you have access to more food and it's not as good for you.
Yeah.
So the gym today is kind of like like a correction to
A man-made problem.
to a man-made
It's a
problem.
man-made solution for a
Yeah.
man-made problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Roby, what was your other one?
I had a couple. Let's see. Um, we kind of talked about that already, but I'll end on a funny one, but I'll do this one.
Okay.
What is the most exercise you've done at one time? What's
Hmm.
like the hardest you've worked out, or like the most you've been active for like just one period of time? It could be like a day, a week, like a 2-hour session of activity.
Like
What's the
like soccer tournaments over the weekend, probably as a
soccer
kid.
tournaments on a weekend? Okay.
Yeah, pretty boring answer, but yeah.
I don't
How
know.
many games are you playing?
I think one that we had. I think it was at Cedar Point for some reason, or like near Cedar Point. I remember I have these I had the shirt for the longest time. It was like Cedar Point with like a soccer ball, kicking. I think that one we did like 6 games in one weekend or something like that, 5 or 6. But we ended up winning that tournament, so we played
Nice.
all the possible
You
games.
played all of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know.
Jerking off.
It could be the very short like field trip our school took to a local gym.
Oh yeah, I remember those. Yeah.
Yeah. Or maybe sometime during Boy Scouts.
Yeah, this could be like a long walk or like a hike or a bike ride.
No, for RJ, it might be that hike up the mountain in
Oh
Pennsylvania
yeah,
over the summer.
Was it really?
over the summer. Yeah.
I mean, I know you got. Yeah, I know it's definitely like the biggest hike you've done, but even like when you if you like went to a city and like walked around like all day, like just pure steps wise or something like that, distance covered, nothing
Yeah,
like
but I
that.
probably didn't walk around. No, I like when we went to Seattle, I didn't walk around all day.
Okay.
In England, one day I was there, not this past time, but the time before that, I got 30,000 steps one day, which was pretty
Yeah,
cool.
depending on like if you start in the morning, you can easily just
Yeah.
rack them up.
Yeah.
Um, mine was a hike I did in the Grand Canyon because that was an all day affair.
Oh wow, yeah, that's a lot. I'm going to the Grand Canyon in June.
Sick.
Yeah.
If you have the opportunity, I don't know which side you're going on. I'm assuming it's the one with all like the infrastructure on it.
Yeah.
Actually go down into it.
Mm. Yeah,
It's
I've been there before. I don't think I went down though. Last time I went.
it's good.
Yeah.
Let me know when we know what station you get to.
Yeah, yeah.
Going down is optional. Going up is mandatory.
Yeah. Well, or you could live down there.
Well, only if you go down.
Yeah. That's what he said.
No,
Go up.
if you don't go up, then you have to go back up on this guy.
Well, if you jump down, then you're not good. I mean, someone will probably take you back up, but you're probably not going up yourself.
Yeah, they'll just drag you by your ankle.
Yeah.
I guess going up is mandatory if you're going by plane. Although knowing George, I don't know if he's going by plane.
Well, if you plan to go back home, well, no, couldn't you walk technically? It doesn't.
It's not that deep. It's just the slogan they have on the signs. Just don't die. Don't die in the canyon.
I feel like it's the Colorado River, right? The river's got to end in an ocean. I could walk out and swim away, then I never go up.
Yeah.
Going down is optional, and you just have to stay down.
Yeah, and then swimming away is mandatory.
Yeah, that's
I got a rapid fire one. Do you look forward to working out? Do you enjoy it during? Do you feel good after?
Let's break these down one at a time. What's the first one?
Working out is a euphemism for sex.
Yeah. Do you look forward to working out is the first one?
Yes, because it's more interesting than what I do at my job.
Yeah, I also look forward to working out. Do you enjoy it during?
I don't work out.
Do you enjoy when you do physical activity?
Yeah. Like playing badminton.
Like
badminton.
I do enjoy physical activity, and I do want to work out because I want to increase my endurance and my ability to like.
Well, we're doing badminton this summer,
do
so
more fun things for longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you pick fun activities to do get your physical fitness in, it's gonna be fun during.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, me and RJ are doing badminton this summer, so.
Nice.
And do you feel good after?
Good and bad. Depends if you.
I feel like usually I don't often get exercise, but when I do, I think I usually feel good. I feel better after.
Yeah.
It's definitely a mood booster, and you feel good. Like I feel good immediately after, but then like a day after, sometimes I get sore. But that's normal.
Yeah.
And I plan around that.
Yeah.
I've never. This is probably also like a call out on myself. I and another reason why that one hike up the mountain is definitely
almost killed you.
Yeah.
Is definitely my.
To be fair, it almost killed all three of us. Oh, we should tell that story sometime.
No, never.
I guess this would be a good time to tell it.
Well, no, we're almost out of time.
We're almost out of time.
But that was the only time I've ever been like really sore the day after.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
I'll do it.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense that you were sore after. That's crazy. It's the only time you've been sore after.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I never work myself to that point.
Yeah, but we are on to our outro. Time has come. It's closing time.
Closing time.
So you have whatever you do, RJ?
Oh, a
I just
fact.
don't have a bit.
Did you know asbestos is rock stuff? They
Like you mine asbestos?
yes, you mine asbestos.
I think I did know that.
Yeah, I didn't think about it, but that doesn't surprise me at all.
And the reason that it is cancerous is because it's
Because it causes
made out
cancer.
of yeah. That's it.
Am
That's
I
it.
wrong?
That's all it is.
Am I wrong?
Anyway, it's made out of
It's
itty
made
bitty
out of
tiny
cancer.
like
Is that the
itty
conclusion we
bitty
came to?
tiny microscopic essentially crystal splinters.
That stab your cells.
Yeah, that they get into your lungs, and because of the way they're shaped, they do not come out. They stay there forever. And something about that causes cancer.
Interesting.
That wasn't quite the end of that story I was anticipating. Not story, but end of that fact I was anticipating, but
Yeah.
for some reason.
My song is, I think, a lesser known one by Frank Sinatra. It's "Oh Look at Me Now" from A Swinging Affair. But yeah, "Oh Look at Me Now" by Frank Sinatra. Such a smooth and groovy tune.
I don't think
Good
I've
for
heard
the
that one.
soul. Yeah, it's really good. I think it's my favorite Frank Sinatra song. Definitely top 3. So, Ryobi, do you have anything?
I still don't really have like a recurring thing, but I do have a fact that I thought RJ was gonna do, but now I'll do it because he didn't remember or he came up with something else instead.
Mm-hmm.
But we were talking about, I forget how we came up to this topic, but we came up with the topic of elephants. And we're like, do elephants, they have giant like noses because they're the trunks, you know?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, do elephants actually have a good sense of smell? And the answer is yes, they do. It's the best out of any animal on the planet. It's twice as sensitive as dogs and 5 times as sensitive as humans.
Damn. What about sharks? Can't sharks smell blood from like a mile away or something? Or
I don't know if that's
2 miles
scent
away?
necessarily.
But it's just detect.
Elephants can smell water from miles away as well.
Damn.
And that's through air, not water.
Yeah. Yeah, can you smell through water? Sharks smell. Oh my goodness.
No, I think it is smell, but I think also I don't know. I feel like things are a bit more.
Okay, it is smell that they're using to detect the blood. Interesting.
Maybe it's elephants.
Maybe it's on land.
Strongest
perhaps.
on land.
Yeah. But yeah, they have.
Or maybe to have the strongest to be in contention for strongest sniffer, you have to be able to sniff more than just like the one thing.
More than just blood, you mean? Yeah,
yeah.
maybe. Yeah.
Like I think like humans can sniff like petrichor, I think it is called, like the smell that like earth or rocks give off after rain or something like that. Humans have the ability to smell that in like significantly fewer parts per million than sharks can smell blood.
Interesting.
But petrichor doesn't lead me to food.
Yeah.
So what good is it? I guess it leads me to water, but water's everywhere.
Way better.
Yeah.
Water's everywhere. I don't need help finding water.
Yeah,
go to my sink and it's there.
Yeah, just go to my Brita. God, humans are fucking stupid.
Yeah, no, but I was honestly, I never considered that because elephants have huge noses, and I kind of just assumed it was all for like grabbing shit.
Yeah, they're very grabby with their noses.
Yeah, I thought it was more of just an extra appendage and not actually good at doing what noses do.
Yeah,
it's never occurred to me that you could just get a tracking elephant instead of like a dog. Next time you go to the airport, it's not a police dog; it's a police elephant.
Well, pigs are pretty good at smelling too, right? Because they get the truffle pigs. They smell the truffles underground or whatever.
Yeah, pigs suck.
Yeah, that's true. All right, we apologize, but that's
I'm not apologizing for that.
No, we all apologize. All right. Even Ryobi.
No, not for that one. Not for that one. I will eat all the pigs.
Apologize to me for cutting out my...
Apologize for the world for this podcast.
Oh, wait. I have a joke. I have a joke.
We got a joke.
There's already pigs in the police force. Ah.
Got him.
Go for it.